Greetings. Just Antoine here with Daily Living with Proverbs. And today we are looking at Proverbs 6, dangerous promises. Dangerous promises. We want to make sure that we stay away from dangerous promises. Verse 1, my son, if you become surety for your friend, if you have shaken hands in pledge for a stranger, verse 2, you are snared by the words of your mouth. You are taken by the words of your mouth. So we want to be careful what we put our mouth on, right? In the sense of we don't want to make pledges that we cannot keep, that we don't intend to keep, that we may not be able to keep. And so we must be wise in the things that we say. Verse 3, so do this, my son, and deliver yourself, for you have come into the hand of your friend. Go and humble yourself, plead with your friend. In other words, what I'm getting from this is, if you have made this folly, if you have made this mistake, you need to go to them and let them know, hey, I know I said I was going to do this, but I need to retract it because I'm not able to accomplish it. And give them a reason why, if you can. Okay? So you want to plead with your friend. Verse 4 says, give no sleep to your eyes, nor slumber to your lids. Deliver yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter. Gazelle. From the hand of the hunter, and like a bird from the hand of the fowler. So you want to deliver yourself. You want to get released from that vow or that pledge or that promise that you have given, that you either have no intention of keeping or just can't do it, or things changed, right? You want in your life, you don't want bad promises to hold you hostage. You want to let it go. You want to release it. The folly of in verse 6, go to an ant, you sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Wow, he says, hey, if you're slothful, if you are lazy, if you are not getting what you really need to be getting, he said, consider her ways, go to the ant, consider her ways and be wise. Verse 7, which having no captain, overseer, or ruler, verse 8, provides her supplies in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. Prepares, don't have any leadership, no guidance, but always in the preparing mode. How long, verse 9 says, will you slumber, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? We, as a people, have to realize that if we continue to do the same thing, we're going to keep getting the same result. So if we want to do something different, if we want different results, we have to do something different. And so Proverbs is telling us, hey, let's consider the ant. Consider how the ant works and consider how they're consistently working. And then when they can't work, they have things stowed up for when they can't work. When the weather is inclement, when the conditions are not conducive for working. Verse 10, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. Verse 11, so shall your poverty come to you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man. He says, I want you to consider how much rest you take. You know, it's all right. We need to get sufficient amount of rest so that we can function optimally. However, if you get too much rest and you're not doing what you need to be doing, you will find yourself in desolate places. You will find yourself in poverty. You will find yourself um, being taken over like an armed, uh, your need being taken over like an armed man. Getting into a stronghold. Verse 12, a worthless person, a wicked man walks with a perverse mouth. You know, I seen in the spirit right there was a cloven tongue with the tongue split out in both, like cut down the middle and split out both ways. We want to say what we mean and mean what we say. He winks with his eyes and he shuffles his feet. He points with his finger. Perversity is in his heart. Verse 14. He devises evil continually and he sows discord. Now this is the worthless person and the wicked man. And so we don't want to be found doing what the worthless person and the wicked man does. Therefore his calamity shall come suddenly. Suddenly shall be broken without remedy. Wow. And so you have to really consider your ways and make sure that you're not committing these things that a wicked man and a perverse man and a worthless man will. Okay. So it's very important that we stay upright, we stay blameless, we stay committed to doing that which is right, because we don't want to be broken down without remedy. Verse 16, these six things the Lord hates. Yes, seven is an abomination to him. We need to love what God loves and hate what he hates. Here's the seven: a proud look. When you're looking down at others and saying, oh, if you can only do what I do. A lying tongue. God hates these things. Hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that devises wicked plans. Feet that are swift in running to evil. A false witness who speaks lies. And one who sows discords among brethren. Wow. So God says, these things I hate. And please, my brothers and sisters, my friends, please do not find yourself doing these things. And if you have, and if you are, you need to ask God for deliverance. Hey, Lord, help me with these things. I find myself speaking lies. I find myself talking about other friends to other people, my friends to other people, which should not be, and sowing discord. Verse 20, my son, keep your father's command and do not forsake the law of your mother. Verse 21, bind them continually upon your neck, your heart, and tie them around your neck. You want to keep them close. You want to keep the words of wisdom that your parents taught you close. Of course, some of them you have to evaluate, but the good stuff, you want to keep those close. Verse 22, when you roam, they will lead you. When you sleep, they will keep you. So when you're traveling and you're going place to place, if you keep your mother and father's word dear to your heart, around your neck, um, you will find that they will guide you and instruct you and lead you and protect you and steer you. I like that. And when you awake, they will speak with you. They'll talk to you, have a conversation with you. For the commandment is a lamp and the law a light. Reproofs of instructions are their way of life. So they'll provide correction to you to keep you from the evil woman, from the flattering tongue of the seductress. And so it'll allow you to see through some things if you take the knowledge that's been passed down through your parents. Do not lust after her beauty in her heart, in your heart, nor let her allure you with her eyelids. Just be careful and listen to that voice of reasoning that your parents gave you, instilled in you. Verse 26, for the means of a harlot, a man is reduced to a cursed of bread. Crust of bread. uh, a man is reduced to the crust of bread. They used to say you ain't worth the salt that they put in bread, and it's just a little bit of salt that they put in bread. And so we have to um, not allow that seducing one to lower us to that place where we're just the crust of bread. And an adulteress will prey upon his precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt? Can you put a burning bush in your chest and not get burnt? Can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be seared? So is he who goes into his neighbor's wife. Whoever touches her shall be not be innocent. God doesn't like adultery. He doesn't like you sleeping with another man's husband or wife. People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy himself when he is starving. Yet when he is found, he must restore sevenfold. He he may give to he may have to give up all the substance of his house. Whoever commits adultery with a woman lacks understanding. Man, this one always gets me, or it used to get me. But I thank God that I'm in a place now that I don't have to worry about this. I do have to make sure that it doesn't come back and creep back in my life, but I definitely it's far from me than it was in the past, and so I'm grateful for that. Um, sorry about that. So we have to be very mindful of that. He who does so destroys his own soul. When you commit adultery, you're doing harm to your soul. Wounds and dishonor he will get, and his reproach will not be wiped away. For jealousy is a husband's fury. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will accept no recompense, nor will he be appeased, though you give many gifts. And so it's saying it's like nearly impossible to take that once you've committed that adultery and the husband finds out, to get appeased from that, right? And it's just a bad place that you put yourself in when this happens. And so it's very wise not to ever put yourself in a position that you would dishonor your spouse and sleep with another man's or woman's spouse. All right. This is just Antoine with Proverbs 6, Daily Living with Proverbs. We'll see you guys at the top. Be blessed and bye for now.